Hello, 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 everyone. Hope everyone had a great trading day today. Sorry for the slightly early start. Still waiting for the repairman to show up. I'm waiting for his phone call. So if I do have to answer the phone in the middle of this live stream, I do apologize, and it's going to be shorter. I'll spend more time on Sunday. Just wanted to do that recap. We saw that massive volume this afternoon with Russell rebalancing. Did that quick live stream at lunchtime because I forgot to mention it this morning. Hope everyone had a great day. And by the way, if you are new here, please do consider subscribing, ring that bell, and hitting the like button. That's out of the way now. Let's see where we sit. Good afternoon, Wavy. Hey, Coco. Yeah, the market's not rigged. Remember, we're coming out of deeply oversold condition going into quarter end. Okay, you can get these moves, and you get these kind of moves in bear markets. It's not rigged. Yes, the consumer sentiment was horrible, but it's also we were oversold. Again, the juicing up of crappy stocks and mega caps, but pretty much everything across the board today. And these are the kind of things you see in bear markets. Yeah, they again really jammed it up in the last 10 minutes with the market imbalances. Yeah, I like that's why it's actually easier to trade the futures than the options, especially in these kind of conditions. Your timing has to be really good on options. Let's see. I'm still waiting for the machine to get fixed, and I hope it gets fixed too. Evening, Anissa. Hey, Waka Waka. Hey, AP's World. Hey, Lauren. Did you wake the Maytag repairman? I remember those commercials. It's the actual Sears appliance repairman. Gosh darn, only 5-year-old LG front load washer having problems. My other fridge only lasted 2.5 years. Go at that. Talk about that. I always get extended warranties now. Good afternoon, Davey, because nothing lasts anymore. Again, consumer sentiment numbers were very bad, but they're celebrating the inflation expectations. Expected 3.3, actual coming in at 3.1. By the way, this survey is only like 600 people, keep in mind, too. So it's sort of, but everybody's keying off of it now. Here's your heat map. Again, bunch of those double targets hit. It was great for some of these double bottom plays. And you can't find much red, some minor stuff in healthcare, a couple oils things. But other than that, not much. Verizon taking a tumble. FOMC still with that 75 basis points. Although this creeped up a bit today, like they're only so we'll see. I still think it's 75. By the way, trying to climb out of negative gamma territory. Still's got a way to go, but could we easily get to 4K again in the S&P next week? Yeah. So here's your S&P chart. Complete gap fill coming up. Remember I said that 50% area, tapping off that 50%. Didn't know if they had it in to push it there today, but that's key. Cycle's getting the top, starting to flatten out, so we could get at least a rollover move sometime early next week, so we'll keep an eye out for that. And into a clear path back to the breakdown zone, actually closing just above the breakdown zone. So my next major target on a continued rally is a 62.5 at 39.91. So we shall see. That's where it sits. We'll go on the pullback levels. I'm just going to pretty much do a recap today. The NASDAQ, and if you were playing along at home, big push into the close. And there's a harmonic coming just shy of that harmonic we put on earlier today. So that's pretty much where it finished. But that one also, we have let me clear off a couple of these levels right now. We'll put them back on Sunday, or we'll put on new levels on Sunday, but approaching the 62.5 level, so closing above that 50%, approaching the 62.5 level. That will be some targets on Monday. Again, cycles flattening out, not yet an overbought condition. The Dow also filling its gap, closing pretty much at the daily rotation zone. This afternoon here was the harmonic levels just spiking through and then reversing, and this is why we watch on trending days, which today was a trending day. This is also why you watch this 15-minute after as you get in late morning. See how it just hugs that really nice? Then you had the breakout play this afternoon and the major ramp up into the close. The Russell, big little reversal into there. Where was the? I forgot to look at something at the end of the day. I just want to check something out real quick. Uh, Not bad. Sort of lower volume. I mean, this is still also why we're in a bear market overall. Because look at the compared to the look at the volume on the declining days compared to the strong rally days. I mean, look, decline volume way higher than your rally days. Look at that in the Dow. That's pretty pathetic. So we are still in that, from my perspective, and I have no long-term signals yet. Crude finished up nicely. No kiss the trend line goodbye. So now this has to be a redraw. Still watching to see on Monday rotation zone or Sunday night. We'll take a look at some of this stuff later. Let's see. Good afternoon, Davey. Swinging any longs? I went over pretty much what I was doing. Everyone calling a bottom, even, yeah, we've already had a pretty substantial rally. Can it follow through into quarter end? Yeah, easily. NVIDIA, I'm selling small amounts on the way up. NVIDIA did trigger the double. Okay, right against the daily rotation zone. So on a continued rally, that one. But this one, this one was one of the weaker ones. And it was lower probability since it is against the daily rotation zone, pretty much where it stopped. So keep that in mind with position management. Microsoft finished, look at this, double target, 50. Remember I said also watch that 50, right, with that double target. And we filled the gap and then kept on going, and there you go. Microsoft double is donezo. Apple didn't have a double, but did have that aggressive buy that I went over. Still watching for this gap fill on Monday. That's going to be things. Google finished its double bottom, coming up just to resistance. So that's off. And it was nice that a bunch of these hit. Now, I just jumped to this. Is there another? I'll have to check this out to see if, yeah, it does look like that is a potential double again. But we'll have to see how that plays out for next week. I'd need that to trigger on the weekly basis, though, not just a daily basis. Where do we sit? What else was I looking at? We looked at that. Got the nice little continued rally in Home Depot. Again, I said yesterday, the aggressive buy, little gap open, quick fill, and then reversal there. So those were some of those mega cap plays. ARC, we closed above the 62.5, and we've hit that 87.5 with that declining 50. It'll still be interesting if this double does trigger. I'd actually just use it for selling levels. The market's way overbought. Next week going to be red for sure. Then start. Well, there you go. As long as you have your strategy and your plan. Remember, it can get more overbought. We might get a couple pullback days next week, but it can get more overbought going into quarter end. Quarter end is pretty major. Options 22. Thanks for being here. Thanks for your Q target today. Gave me confidence on the same day. X price 290 sold in the last 15 seconds. We'll peek at the Qs. Well, I'm glad it worked out for you. Oh, I did not look at that. I was focused on the futures. And look at that. Look at that with that harmonic. That's pretty funny, 295s. Right there. That's sort of funny. This at least gives you a good roadmap. That's why I love to use these things. Boy, I have those on backwards, don't I? Oops. Why didn't somebody tell me? All right, so there were your cues. By the way, Tesla couldn't get much going on today. There's a lot of selling pressure up here, but I'm watching for at least this first target to get hit on Monday. What else? VIX. We'll just take a glance at a couple more things. VIX, you can see the heading down all day, little bounce in the close, coming back down to 25% harmonic. Cycles are getting to the bottom of the VIX, but not yet turning up. That's why we could, get a couple rollover moves next week at some point. You are welcome, Paul. You had those 290 calls at 150 sold for peanuts half an hour before the close, just for them to close near 5. Yeah, remember you can put in I don't know your platform, but you can put in some order or market on close orders. Now you can get jerked around a little, so I still recommend if you can sit there and manually execute, but you can get stuff filled in the last little bit, in the last easily 30 seconds. So you can hang on if you're bullish. What else do we have? I'm glad some people took advantage of the levels. Notes just an inside day today. So just pausing with the cycles at the top. I'm going to still watch for a slightly bigger pullback before a resumptive rally in there. So that's where we stand. Let's just glance at Bitcoin. I didn't get a chance to see Bitcoin even. I mean, come on. With the NASDAQ, I'm watching for the next rollover play in Bitcoin after a little more substantial rally. But the NASDAQ up 321 basis points, the Bitcoin only up 51. I mean, that's weak sauce right now. That does not bode well long term for Bitcoin once it rolls over again. Will crude oil go to 2 digits next week? It has the potentiality to do that. Yep. Yeah, ETF options also traded 15 minutes after the close. Correct. You are welcome. Yeah, it was 4 days. It was a shortened week, and I'm actually glad it's over. You too. Thank you, everyone. I'm going to call this short because I got to still get ready for the repairman and everything, get all the dogs sequestered. So we will come back on Sunday afternoon and reconvene and figure out our plays going into Sunday night and Monday. Anybody who wants to join me then, please do. If you can't and you just watch it on replay, then I'll probably see you on Monday morning for the open. So I will talk to everyone later. Again, wonderful weekend. Bye for now.